Trump is promising something like that to them.
Seems like it's a pretty good play. In fact, one expert went as far to say as it was, quote, genius.
Trump's tip tax, or getting rid of the tip tax, has become very popular. I like getting rid of taxes. I wonder what other taxes you suggest an incoming Trump administration might want to get rid of. Well, you're right. Genius to not tax tips. Several million people get paid in tips. Tens of millions during the course of their life have a lot of 70-year-olds who remember tips, and this makes sense to them. I think we should take a look at the beer and liquor tax. This is a hangover from Prohibition. If the states want to tax it, why should the federal government do that sort of thing?
Democrats want you to believe that it's a bad idea. They argue that you should pay your taxes in full, but rather support them for an increase in the minimum wage, and that's where you're going to get your pay increase. But I think what they mean by pay increase is that's how you get replaced with a McDonald's-style robotic kiosk. They're making all these wacky, ridiculous arguments, trying to convince us that it's a bad idea. And of course, the main staple argument here, the same one that we heard during the initial Trump tax cuts from back in his first term, that by reducing tax collection, you exacerbate the deficit problem. Here we go again through the Democrat mode of thinking. The only way to reduce the deficit, or rather the only way to fix any problem, is by taxing the productive members of your society. We won't even entertain that argument because it's so economically illiterate. We'll simply come to the conclusion that we always come to. The left is obviously dishonest, desperate, and totally coping. They just want to downplay this obviously tactical, strategic, smart move. Probably mostly because they realize how impactful it could be. And boy, is it now hitting another level as President Trump encourages the latest trend.
No tax on tips.
Man, why you come fuck the man video up, man?
President Donald Trump, he spent his Saturday making his pitch to voters here in Detroit, Michigan. He spent his time across two separate events. First, stopping by the historically black church, 180 Church, and then going to the Turning Point Convention downtown. At both venues, he echoed a policy that the businessman vowed will go into effect if he takes office. That is, no tax on tips.
I will eliminate taxes on tips for restaurant workers and hospitality workers and anyone else relying on tips. No more taxes on tips. No taxes on tips.
That's Donald Trump engaging in and encouraging the trend of writing "Vote Trump for No Tips" on your restaurant and other service bills to spread the message far and wide across the service industry.